So I was talking with my mom this morning about how in my state, the House of Representatives just cut $100 million from library budgets and how this is essentially going to affect the next generation the most. And then I was in my group chat talking about how astrologically I could see a lot of parents pulling their kids from traditional schools as early as the next school year, just not having their kids return to schools, and how homeschooling will probably become the new norm. And now the question is, will the parents be the ones teaching their children, or will AI be the one teaching their children? Also, excuse my wrinkly shirt. I'm about to go work out, and so the sweat will get all the wrinkles out. Because here are my 3 hot takes / predictions when it comes to Uranus moving into Gemini and how that will affect our world as we know it. Uranus is a lot of things, but one thing that I want to focus on first is that Uranus is both AI and the higher octave of Mercury. It's also your friends. Gemini has a little bit to do with friendship as well, but it's mostly like communication. And so what I see coming down the pipe is going to be that people will end up on 2 sides of the fence. I think a lot of people will start to have AI friends. I mean, we're already starting to see it with ChatGPT. I literally saw yesterday. I'm sorry, I had to pause before I said this because my jaw was on the floor. I saw a video of ChatGPT talking to this girl on her phone, and it was talking about the books that she was reading. And essentially, ChatGPT it became a mind of its own, and it became like a book dom. But anyway, my point is that our relationships are going to start becoming more sci-fi than real, because technology is going to be a huge part of Uranus and Gemini. Not only could I see teleportation trials as far as technology goes, but also like flying cars. We can see revolutions in how we communicate with each other, not just face to face, but through the internet. Gemini is 2, and so I could really see there being almost like these hybrid languages, or even ChatGPT having its own language dialect. Honestly, with this transit, the possibilities are endless. The second one I kind of already said because I started out this video with it, is that I do think we'll see a revolution or a radicalization when we're talking about education and how people are learning, but in specific how younger people are learning, because Gemini is youth and Uranus is already kind of that same energy. It has to do with like adolescence as well as like knowledge and things like that. And so when we are looking at Uranus and Gemini, we're looking at how is youth or young people, I sound like such an old person. How and what are young people being taught? How is the next generation being taught? Are they being taught at home? Which brings me to my next point. We already see this happening, and I'm not surprised because Uranus is a slower moving planet. And so just like I said in my video where I was talking about the upcoming Pluto-Mars opposition, with bigger planets that move a bit slower, sometimes we see their pre and post shadow a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer for them to kick in, but also we can use that same logic for before an ingress into another sign even happens, like with Uranus and Gemini. And so with Uranus and Gemini, my last hot take is that there will be a war on what truth is being taught in schools, or what truth is being said on actual like media, news media. And I emphasize what truth because, like I said, Gemini is 2, and so there's going to be a lot of duality when we're talking about what truth is being taught. I've got a lot more hot takes, but I have to get to the gym, and so I will talk to y'all later, but let me know, what questions do you have about Uranus and Gemini? What are you looking forward to? I want to know. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.